Oh, Omnimon. So if you're familiar with my videos on my channel, then it's no surprise to you that Omnimon is one of, if not my favorite Digimon. And look at this thick stack. There's no dupes in here. These are all different Omnimons and their alternate arts. I'm missing a few alternate arts, but that's just crazy. That's just crazy. There's a lot of Omnimons in this card game. Heck, we even had a set called Battle of Omni that introduced 4 Omnimon cards. 4 whole new Omnimon cards in one set. It was a great set though. We all loved it. That was a really exciting time. But we're not here to praise Omnimon. We're here to criticize him, judge him, and just see how good he really has been in the card game so far. So we're starting with BT1 Omnimon. And when he first came out, this was probably the best card in the game. So he costs 15 to play. He costs 6 to digivolve onto a red or a blue. And he has 15k DP, which is pretty solid stats. And then he has a when digivolving effect that says choose one of your opponent's Digimon, delete all of your opponent's Digimon that share the same name with it. Really great. He's just basically anti-Diaboromon. He also just likes to destroy decks that go wide. Then he has a when attacking effect that says you can unsuspend this Digimon by returning one of this Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. So you can extend his attacks. Gives him a one-time unsuspend effect, basically. Really solid for the time. Some of the best decks when this card came out was red and blue Omnimon Rush. And here's his alternate art. There's not much more I can say about it that I haven't already said. It's perfect. I love this card so much. So the second Omnimon we ever got was Omnimon Alter S from BT3. So he costs 15 to play, 6 to digivolve on a red or a black card. He has 15k DP. And he says, when digivolving, trigger D-Digivolve 1 on all of your opponent's Digimon. Then delete all of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. So he was just basically a board wipe. He was an incredible card back in the day. He also has a one attacking effect that says, you may make this Digimon unblockable for the turn by returning one of its level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. Again, another effect that lets you bounce one of its sources to your hand to make him do something, and in this case you can make him unblockable, which, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty solid. If you just need to get that one attack in, you can just bring him out and get that unblockable check and win the game. But being able to just digivolve the entire board and then just blow up everything that's 5k or less is really powerful. Chances are you're going to be nuking almost the entire board. Look at all the electricity. I love this card. Then we have his alternate art here too. Just a really fantastic alternate art. I love it. I love his gun and his pose, and he just looks really cool. He just looks really, really cool. So Alter S, you know, decent card. For its time, I'd say it was pretty good. You're probably only going to run a couple, maybe 1 or 2 in your deck, just to get that powerful top end effect to almost nuke the board, and then get that unblockable check, which was really nice for the time. So that's Alter S. Now we go into Battle of Omnimon, which is the Omnimon set. It introduced 4 cards. So here we have Omnimon, or as many people like to call him, Blitz Omnimon. So he has 15k to play. You can pay 4 Digivolve onto a red or a blue. It has 14k DP. And when Digivolving, Blitz. Just straight up Blitz. Also when Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. So you can just Digivolve into him, he unsuspends himself, and then he blitzes. Really, really good card. He also has an alternate effect that says, if your opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent it from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon card and its Digimon's Digivolution cards. So Omnimon loves to play with its sources, its level 6 sources, to protect itself or to just do some silly effects. Blitz Omnimon is no doubt the best Omnimon in the game. Being able to just Digivolve into him and Blitz for game is undeniably one of the most powerful abilities you can do. And then being able to Digivolve into an Omnimon, say, and then get that extra check in, it's just really powerful, and it does win you games. This card just wins you games. So yeah, solid card, definitely. If he works in your deck, you should be running him in your deck. Here we have some of his alternate arts. They gave him 4 alts in this set. I only have 3 right now. I'm missing 1 of them, but that's fine. I'll get it eventually. These alternate arts are so cool. And they also combine with other cards to make some really cool artwork. Here's another one. This is probably my favorite of the Blitz Omnimon alternate arts. It's just gorgeous. And then here's my last alternate art of the Blitz Omnis. which is also just another really, really nice card. They did Omnimon so well in this set. They treated him like royalty. The digital royalty that he really is. So that's Blitz Omnimon. Really solid card. Best Omnimon in the game so far. And probably my favorite Omnimon so far. So we have Omnimon Zwart, and it's an interesting Omnimon. So he costs 15 to play, 6 to digivolve onto a black or a purple card, and then 15k DP. And he says, when digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you may play up to 2 black and or purple Digimon cards with a play cost of 8 or less from your trash without paying its memory cost. So it's really nice being able to get your board to go wide, and this card was actually pretty solid in Lilith Loop. He also has a when attacking effect that says you may return one level 6 card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to its owner's hand to delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with a play cost of 12 or less. So again, you're just returning a level 6 from his sources to do an effect, and this time you're deleting a Digimon with a play cost of 12 or less, which, you know, is pretty solid. You're going to be deleting almost anything with that effect. Omnimon Zort's pretty cool Digimon. Pretty cool niche Omnimon that I don't think any Omnimon has really fit this role just yet. I think it's pretty cool. And he also has a few alternate arts. Here's a cool one, really showing off the canon and really showing just how dark this Omnimon really is. It's cool. It's a cool Digimon. Here's his other alternate art from the other angle. Really showing off his body in this one. I really like these colors here, the streaks. It's just a nice card. Still in BT5, here's Omnimon X Antibody, one of the secrets of the set. He costs 15 to play, 6 to digivolve onto a red or a blue, and 15k DP. He says, your Digimon with Omnimon in its name can digivolve into this card from your hand for a memory cost of 3, ignoring this card's Digivolution requirements. Pretty nifty, so he can digivolve onto any Omnimon for 3 memory, essentially. Pretty cool. It's like a precursor to the Black Border alternate Digivolution costs. Then he says, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. So you're deleting something with 15k. You're pretty much deleting anything on the board. Then he has an opponent's turn. When your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may trash 2 of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to end the attack. It's a pretty solid card. You're able to just stop an attack, which is really nice. And when swinging, you're just deleting a Digimon. So it has decent control. It's just that it's a level 7 card that you weren't really going to rely on using as your main attacker. It just felt like a card that you would digivolve onto your Omnimon as a finisher, but it doesn't have that finisher role. And you're really only going to be putting this in a deck that, you know, helps with your matchups. And that's probably it. But again, it's not a bad card. It's still a really good card. We just have better Omnimons now. And here we have Omnimon Zwart Defeat. This card could also be a contender for the best Omnimon. So he costs 15 to play, only 3 to digivolve on a black or a purple. He has 13k DP, and he has a security effect that says, play this card without battling, and without paying its memory cost. So you're getting a free Omnimon just by having this thing checked in the security. It's a crazy card. Then he has a when digivolving effect that says delete one of your opponent's tamers. This was the first card to delete tamers, and some people ran this card just alone for that tamer deletion effect. Then he has an on deletion effect that says delete one of your opponent's Digimon. This card's just really good. Either you're playing it for free, or you're digivolving into it, you're deleting a tamer, and then when he dies, you're just deleting a Digimon. These two are the contenders for the best Omnimon cards so far. One is your finisher, and one just has really good versatility and really nice just deletion effects. It looks so cool too. We've got bandages over the Greymon mouth. He's got bandages around him. It's basically just Omnimon that died and came back to life. Undead Omnimon. Super cool card. So now we're jumping ahead a few sets to BT9. And this is Omnimon Merciful Mode. So he costs 15 to play, or 6 to digivolve onto a red, blue, yellow, or green Digimon. And he has 15k DP. He also has an alternate black bar evolution that says digivolve 3 if name contains Omnimon. So you can digivolve onto any Omnimon for 3 memory. Pretty solid. He has a when digivolving effect that says for each card with Mega in its traits in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon, then place 10 cards from your opponent's trash at the bottom of your opponent's deck in any order. This card can just screw up an entire deck. That, say your opponent's running purple, this card is pretty much just anti-purple. Then at the start of your turn, trash the top card of this Digimon. If you do, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So he's more like a one-time use type Digimon. You digivolve into him. You delete Digimon. you return cards from the trash to the bottom of your opponent's deck. Then you delete this card, not the stack, just this card, to trash the top card of your opponent's security. It's an interesting card. It's got a nifty little gimmick for itself. Yeah, you can run this in a lot of decks, and you can definitely just pop this guy down, clear a board potentially, and then trash a security, and then maybe next turn just swing for game. But do you really want to put that much effort with a level 7 just to wait till the next turn to swing to win, when you could potentially just do something else, maybe even do Blitz Omnimon and swing instead? However, you are trashing the top card of your opponent's security stack, and this Digimon does stay in play. Omnimon gets trashed, but the Digimon itself stays in play. So you do get that other check eventually. So that's Merciful Mode. I think it's a really cool and interesting card, and has a really cool gimmick, but I just don't think it's a good Omnimon card. So last but not least, we have Omnimon X Antibody from BT10. So he costs 16 to play. He's an expensive Omnimon. 7 to Digivolve on a red or a blue, so he's a really expensive Omnimon. And he has 16k DP. However, he does have a black bar evolution that says 3 from Omnimon. So he can Digivolve onto an Omnimon. Not like Merciful Mode, not like Zwart Defeat, not like Zwart or anything, just Omnimon for 3 memory, which, you know, it's decent. And this card was errated. It's supposed to say, when a Digimon with X antibody in its Digivolution cards would Digivolve into this card, reduce its Digivolution cost by 2. Then he says, when Digivolving, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level to the bottom of the owner's deck in any order. So that's nice. He clears up all your opponent's boss characters, or just their high stacks. And then when Digivolving, when attacking once per turn, by placing one X antibody or level 6 card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards at the bottom of its owner's deck, reveal all of your opponent's security cards and trash 1 card among them. Place the rest in your opponent's security stack face down, then your opponent shuffles their security. This card is really cool. It's got some interesting play. It's nice though, being able to Digivolve onto an Omnimon or a card with X antibody in its sources. Reduce it by 3, which is really nice, or reduce it by 2. I mean, the card's versatile in that sense. Being able to look at your opponent's security is so cool, and just really nice to have that knowledge. And then you just get to pick one and trash it. That's just really awesome. This card's really cool. It's just really expensive. You're either paying 7 memory, or you have to have an Omnimon already out on the board. And then you could be paying 5 memory with something that has X antibody in its sources, which, you know, is pretty good. 5 memory for an Omnimon, that's pretty nice. His effect goes off when Digivolving and when attacking. So, I mean, it's a nice card. You can Digivolve into him. It pops off. And then next turn, when you swing with him, you can do it again. What's nice is that when you swing with him, before you actually do a security check, you get to look at your opponent's security and trash whatever one you don't want to deal with. So overall, I think Omnimon X Antibody is a really good card. And you could probably put it up there with Zwart Defeat and with the Blitz Omni. So Omnimon, overall, has been a really good card in the Digimon card game. Bandai has treated Omnimon right, and he lives up to that name and that fan love. It has some of the best and some of the coolest cards in the card game. I have a near complete collection too. I'm just missing a couple alternate arts. That's pretty much it. And of course, Ghost Omnimon, but we're not going to talk about that card. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe so you don't miss out on all my uploads. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite Omnimon card is. Let me know your opinions and thoughts on Omnimon in general in the card game. I would love to know what you have to say about him. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!